Hello everyone and welcome back to This is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and in today's DIY Wednesday, we are going to try something I've been super nervous about but have always wanted to try. And thankfully, my darling, sweet baby boy Davis got me it for Christmas. And what is it? It's a resin kit. We're gonna make some shit out of resin. What are we gonna make? I have no clue. How are we gonna do it? I don't know either. You're gonna learn as I learn how to do resin. He got me a pretty good kit, so let's look at what we have in this box and see what we're gonna do with it. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm nervous. Are you nervous? Let's get into it. Okay, so that little Davis, he's so sweet. To be quite honest, for probably about, I don't know, the last 8 months or so, I have had this project that I wanted to do resin for. We'll get to it in 2021, I promise, but this is gonna be our little break into how to do resin, what it's all about. Is it as scary as I think it is? Or is it super easy? We don't know. But I did buy all of the resin for that project that I want to do eventually, but I've been too scared to do. So Davis got me this little kit. It's super cute. I mean, come on. It has all of these little silicone molds. There's this little book. It's not a book at all. It's just a little folded card. Step 1, we are supposed to roughly calculate the amount of glue required according to the mold volume. Mix the resin adhesive of groups A and group B in certain proportion. Roughly and certain proportion. Are you gonna provide me with more directions than that? So here is the resin. I haven't read through any of this because, this is real life. We're gonna learn as we go. That's kind of the motto of DIY Wednesdays, right? There are some gloves, epoxy resin A, and there's some little measuring cups, epoxy resin B, and then there are some stirring popsicle sticks. I mean, first thing that came to mind was easiest thing, let's make some coasters. But there are so many molds, it's like, what else could we make? I don't know how much this kit costs because Davis got it for me for Christmas, but there are lots of molds. Even if you didn't use resin, you could make other things. Jello. Soap. Here's some little test tubey things, maybe for food coloring squirts. This is the one I saw right off the bat it's flat rectangle. We can make a coaster or even round coasters out of this one. This one is a boob. Oh, maybe it's a circle. Maybe you can make a Christmas ornament. This is a pretty intense kit. It comes with a lot of stuff. And I'm sure he got this off of the Amazon. Ooh, this one's neat. It's kind of like a cylinder within a cylinder. So maybe you could make I don't know, a jar? I have no idea. Here's another one. It's a box inside of a box. So you could make a box jar. Looks kind of reminiscent of a soap dish. Ooh, this could be a jewelry catch-all because it has kind of a dome, a little half dome. Yeah. I don't know if resin has been as intriguing to you as it is to me, but this little kit seems like a good starting point to do bigger projects because I'll watch wood turning, when they have a lathe and they'll put wood and then resin and then they'll wood turn it and they'll make this beautiful vase. I've watched people that do countertops with this resin on it, put pennies and shit in it, and it's always looked like something I would want to do. So we're doing it. We're gonna do it. I in case I look like I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I feel all of those things right now. But this is a good, let's face our fears sort of a DIY. I think if we master this, we can make some cool shit. You could make coasters as gifts. I feel like with resin, the possibilities are endless. It's just getting used to it, getting rid of that fear, figuring out what it is that you're supposed to do, how does it set. I like that these are silicone so we could easily peel them away from the resin. So I think it could be cool. I'm just really nervous about it because this is real life. If there are any fuck ups, we're gonna watch them together and, learn as we go. This is the instruction sheet that came in the box with these parts A and B. Please read instructions in their entirety before starting your project. They're not a lot. In red bold right here, it says, your finished casting can be removed from mold after 10 hours. Full cure after 24 to 48 hours, depending on different weather. Our resin will be thicker because of cold weather, so we suggest to warm the resin before you do your project in order to get perfect results. Well, I am sitting on the floor in my house with the fireplace going, so it's pretty okay warm in here. Oh, we should have gloves, which they provided, paper towels, mixing sticks, plastic cups for mixing, measuring cups optional. I'm not gonna lie, this seems kind of hard, but we'll get through it. You know, you see those videos and they're just like, mix A and B and pour it in, and oh look, I'm gonna put a little dried flour in here, and voila, boom, it's done. That's what the videos make it seem like, but I'm coming to discover quite early on that that is not reality. So let me read these instructions and see what the hell's going on.
Set up. Find a well-ventilated, dust-free area to set up resin pour. The temperature should be also mild in 70 to 80 degrees, 65 minimum. Yada, yada, yada. So do it, please. Okay.
So what I learned from reading those directions was absolutely nothing. The most I got out of it was you are supposed to use equal parts of A and equal parts of B. A into one cup, B into one other measuring cup. You pour both of those cups into a third cup and you mix it for like 3 to 5 minutes. And then it says you should take your third mixture cup, re-pour it into a different cup, re-stir it just to make sure all the epoxy is mixed well, and then you can pour it into your mold. It didn't give any directions on like how much to use for each mold. So you just are gonna have to eyeball that from what I gather. First of all, I've prepared my workspace because it did say lay something down on your floor. We are gonna have to wear gloves. Protective eyewear will be my glasses, and Joe is all over the stuff I went in my yard. Joe, you gotta move it, dude. I didn't want these to just be clear, and then we could like drop some food coloring in maybe, but I kind of wanted to go for like a more natural, so I went out into my yard. I got some thin, flat rocks. I picked up some leaves, and I also picked up wood chips. I don't know, I think we're just gonna play around. Like, I think like a coaster with rocks, little rocks in it, would look pretty cool. We're totally gonna wing this, and then we'll just start mixing and pouring and see what the shit happens. Who knows? One thing that's kind of put my mind at ease is that the directions were not intense at all. It makes me feel like, what can go wrong? Considering they're just like equal parts of A, equal parts of B, mix them together, put them in another thing, I think we're gonna be okay. So I'm not too nervous. I grabbed some toothpicks because it says if you get air bubbles, they can be popped with a toothpick. So let's put our gloves on. We're like really going for it here. Let's get to pouring, get to mixing, see what happens. Take part A. Should we just fill it up to the 40 line? Maybe. It says it's better to have more than not enough. This holds 100. We should probably do 40 and 40, and then we can pour it into here and make 80. This might give us a lot. Oh. Okay, and then let's get B. 40 of B. Okay, now we have to pour A and B into here and then mix for 3 to 5 minutes. I'm assuming, I don't know, but I guess I'll do them at the same time. And then we gotta make sure we get all of A and all of B out. I don't have my protective eyewear down. And it does say as you're stirring, you need to constantly scrape the sides as well. Oh, shit. Good thing I have a towel down. Okay, now we just are supposed to stir this for 3 to 5 minutes. I've been stirring for 4 minutes, and now it says I should pour this into another pouring thing just to ensure that I'm completely mixed. Golly, this is messy. I am very glad I put down a towel. And you know me, I normally don't put down anything. Stir this for like 20 to 30 more seconds in here, because if you're not mixed all the way, it says it could make soft spots. We don't want that. My main concern right now at this point is how do I clean all this out of here? I'm sure you can't run it under the sink. So there is that completely mixed mixture that looks really air bubbly. The bad news bears part about it is you only have one of each mold. So if you wanted to do like a set of 4 coasters, this shit takes 24 hours to cure. So it will take you a week to make 4 coasters, but I wanna do one. I think it'd be cool. Like I can't decide if I wanna do wood chips, rocks. I probably should have prepared my mold before I let my shit sit here, but maybe this one will be wood chips. I think that would be cute. They might float though, that's the problem. We don't want the wood chips to go above our mold. All right, let's pour. The only problem is this towel is not level. The wood chips looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. I need this towel to be level. Now I wanna press these in. Come on, get down in there. You need everybody to be submerged. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, maybe when this sets a little, I can like push them more down so they stop floating to the top, but I'm pretty happy with that. There's tons of air bubbles. Let's pop those. I could sit here and finesse this forever and the air bubbles are killing me, Smalls. Okay, it does say to like wait for 5 minutes and then check on your project again, and maybe that's when I can push those down. So I want to do the rocks in this tray thing because rocks won't float and I think they'll be way easier. And that little thing, I started at 80 and I'm now down just below 60. So let's get some rocks. And then how thick is this supposed to get? I don't know. What is this even gonna be? I don't know either. That might be too high. I just need a little one. Kind of dig where this is going. All right, let's pour. Hopefully there's enough in here. Okay, here's the thing. It doesn't hold a dome shape. What was I thinking? It's just gonna fill to the top. It's not gonna make a dome at all. Oh, dummy. This is gonna be more like a paperweight. When you flip it out, it's gonna be a dome like this. It's not gonna be a bowl like this, so it's gonna be more of like a paperweight. That's not what I was wanting. That's okay, we're just getting used to it. All right, let's put this one right here. So there we have 2. I have no idea how these are gonna turn out. I kinda wanna do one of these with the food coloring like they did, but we gotta mix more resin. So let me figure out how to clean these and then maybe do a little food coloring situation. We could maybe use the leaves in this. We'll just like try to use a bunch of the molds and then maybe we can like figure out what worked and what didn't. Okay, so nowhere on any of these instructions could I find how to clean out your pouring containers. Once you're done with your mold, it said clean out with warm soapy water and let dry. I didn't want to pour water in these and then pour it down the sink because who knows what sort of havoc that would reap on your pipes. So I just used about 8,000 paper towels and wiped them out so that we can do another pour. I think the rock one looks neat, but there's a whole cluster of air bubbles like right here and right here. They're like so minute. I can't pop those with a toothpick. And every time I try to pop one with a toothpick, a new one freaking appears. So I feel like for our intro to resin that maybe we just embrace the air bubbles, and maybe with the food coloring, when we shoot it in here and swirl it around, the air bubbles will kind of give it a cool effect. That's what I'm talking myself into at least. I don't know. But I'm usually amazing at everything I do, so I don't see why this would be any different. It seems super easy. I don't know why the air bubbles keep coming, and maybe they'll just pop themselves out. Who knows? I want to do the food color one. So I got some liquid food coloring. I'm going to pour the same amount, 40 and 40, and then pour it in here to make 80, stir for 5 minutes, all that jazz. Maybe this would be a cute little pencil holder, I think. Let's give that a shot. So I've mixed up batch number 2, and I've been stirring it for about 3 minutes. As I was sitting here stirring it, and I'm like, ooh, what if we poured a little bit off into another container and put dye in here, mixed the dye around, then poured it in here, and then poured the rest of the clear and then dropped dye? Maybe that'll be a cool look, so I wanna try it. Let's pour 20. That's good. Oh, shit, Sheri. Now, let's get some, let's go blue. I don't know how much. I don't even know if you're allowed to use regular food coloring in this, but we're gonna give it a shot. Mix that. it's turning blue. It's turning really good blue. Ooh, now we have blue resin. So now what I wanna do is I'm gonna pour this gently and carefully down the side. Okay, good, good, and good. Jiggle you down. You know, creative juices flowing. Now what I wanna do is pour some clear. I don't know how well it will mix. This one might be good for if a votive candle fits in it. Wow, this container took 60, I guess. We might be smart to write how much it takes. Can you see what it looks like? Ooh, what if we took our stir stick and then kind of pushed and pulled up? What would that do? That's not doing anything at all like I thought it might. It's trial and error. This is master resin craftsman at work. Drip couple dots and then kind of push and pull the dots up and see what happens, creating a shit ton of air bubbles. They made one in the picture that looked like it was fire. I just want to try to do that, but this does not look like that's gonna happen. I have resin everywhere. Now we wait. I really want to do another one. Now I'm totally about it, but I probably shouldn't do another one until I see the trials and tribulations of what we've done here. And I don't want to use up all of A and B before I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. So now it just says you just let them sit. You're supposed to cover them and whatnot, but I need to let them sit a little bit more before I feel comfortable moving them. I really want to do another one. I really want to do this one and do the dot method because the dots don't fully mix unless you mix it. And the bottom of this looks super cool. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I don't remember which container was which, and I'm not going to the trouble of wiping it out. I know, the resin community is shook right now. What is she doing? Her projects aren't gonna work. Let's do 30. This is probably so bad. I think it will be super cool if that one does fit a votive. Can you imagine, votive holder? That'd be so cute. 30, don't forget. Pour these in and then mix them together for 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, this is kind of fun and kind of sciencey. I just don't know if it's gonna work. I think I wanna squirt food coloring right into here. Really wanna use red, but I don't have any more red food coloring because I used it all when I was making red velvet cake for Christmas. And I feel like yellow is Davis's favorite color, so I kind of wanna make him something. So while yellow might not show up that great, I wanna use yellow. The thought that yellow might just look like pee crossed my mind, but we're gonna try yellow. So I'm gonna squirt some yellow drops in here and maybe it will almost look kind of orangey. Pour down the sides. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, that looks kind of, you probably can't tell, but that looks kind of cool. The drops are floating in there. We might wanna mix them around a little bit. Oh, P.S. resin gets everywhere. Let's take a stir stick and disrupt the food coloring. Ooh, yeah. Definitely doesn't look yellow. Okay, let's top her off. Okay. I think that one's good. Oh my gosh, resin is everywhere, everywhere. Because I never know when enough is enough, I did skim off the top of this blue one and add some blue to this little square one. I then stuck my popsicle stick down. I think it's quite cool. I gotta clean all this up. See, more air bubbles. It's they're a never ending story. And this one I think is the coolest, even though it's what the fuck am I gonna do with a paperweight? But it's still pretty cool. I guess I'll just have to keep checking on them periodically, but I have to move these to the cupboard, close the cupboard so no dust gets on them. And I basically just have to sit for 24 hours. And then I think we can unmold them and see what we've got. We'll unmold in 24 hours. Okay, so it is the next day. I know you wouldn't be able to tell because I'm wearing the exact same thing, but I promise you, it has been, hi, hi Bob. Oh, I promise you, it has been 24 hours and our amazing resin creations are ready to be unmolded. I'm so excited. They've been sitting in a closed cupboard so no dust would get to them. I mean, they're nice and hard. This one definitely has the most air bubbles. And you can't really pop the air bubbles once the resin has almost kind of set. When you pop a bubble and it kind of makes a peak, that's what it did. So I just left this. I was like, I'm just gonna own the air bubbles, whatever. This was our first one with the wood chips in it. There are a couple wood chips that are above the surface, but this is the bottom. So when we unmold it, are you excited? Look how easy. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God, Magnum. Oh my gosh. Look at it. I'm not gonna lie. That is really, really cool looking. You wanna see it? It's so cute. For this one, I thought you could do Christmas ornaments out of this size. All you would need to do is drill a little baby hole where that air bubble is, string a string, and then voila, you have a Christmas ornament. Well, I mean, not that you would want a bark Christmas ornament, but maybe you would. You know, my intention for this one was to make a coaster. Maybe if I glued like felt on the bottom. If you had 4, it's pretty badass. So our first one looks pretty damn good, don't you think? I love it. I'm impressed. Like, check it out. Okay, that's fucking cool. So our next one is the rock one, which I thought was gonna make a bowl, but then I realized it would only make a bowl if you poured the resin this way, which I might try because I do kind of want like a little dish. I think that would be cool. So let's unmold this one. It unmolds super easy. Ooh, okay, so here's what I'm noticing. There's a little bit of resin missing from underneath this rock right here. There's like a divot. I was like, why is this so shiny on the bottom and this one's not? I can see it right now. The inside of this silicone mold is super smooth, and the inside of this one has a little bit of like a texture. You can kind of tell, like, super smooth. You can see my fingers really good through this one, but this one is kind of like a foggy texture, which I don't mind, but in reality, I wish I would have done it this way, which I really want to do a bowl this way now. I really do. So while interesting, what the hell am I gonna do with this? Yeah, it's a paperweight. Okay, now these ones I am super excited for. This is the one we did first and we added the food coloring to it. So now unmolding this one's gonna be interesting because it's a cylinder. Oh, geez, how are you supposed to get this out? Not nearly as easy as the other ones. If you can kind of fold it down. Oh, it already looks super cool. How are you supposed to get the middle out? It's surprising how hard it is too. Like, this is hard. I don't want to like wreck this one, especially if it holds a votive. How do you get it out? You just kind of gotta manhandle it. Oh, okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Come on out. Ugh. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. What's that? A little bit of plastic or something. I don't know. That'll be the back. This looks amazing. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Holy shit, Private Joker. I love this. Why are my hands turning blue? What's not? Oh, maybe the bottom. There's food coloring bubbles that didn't get mixed in. It's food coloring. That's interesting. But this is so freaking cool. Oh my God, I can't wait to see the square one. I doubt this would remelt, but it is plastic. So maybe one of those electronic votives, you know, the battery operated one. I might have some actually. This is freaking awesome. Awesome, we made this. Okay, last but not least, we have our square one. And this has some food coloring dots that did not get mixed in that are just like floating on the top. So I guess like make sure the food coloring gets kind of in there and doesn't settle on the top. This one might be really difficult to get out. Just fold it down and manhandle it. That's all I can say. Oh, look, little resin like crystals. Oh my God, this one looks so, can you see it? This one looks so cool. Holy shit, this one looks cool. Come on, get out. So to get this out, I fold it down and then I put my fingers in and then kind of pry and then it pops. This one looks so good. Come out. Oh. Holy shit. This one is amazing. I don't think the camera's gonna do it justice. And then when you look at it from like the inside, you guys, seriously, am I gonna need to like hold a class on Skillshare or something? Because this is awesome. I can't get over it. By far, the cylinder ones are my fucking favorite. I'm so impressed. I'm gonna give this one to Davis for sure. He'll dig it. This is so cool, but I gotta sand those bottoms. Let me go see if I have any battery operated like little votive tea light things, and we'll see if they go in here, because seriously, I know Christmas is already come and gone, but custom made votive holders for all your family and friends. Yeah, this is really cool. My least favorite, but only because it's not a bowl. We gotta remember to do it this way. You know, like a little change catch-all, that'd be really cute. I kind of want to pour some more resin, but first let me go see if I have any tea lights to see if they fit in here. We are in luck. I do. Now, I can't guarantee if these work. Oh, this one works. It's so faint though. This one doesn't work at all, but let's see, does it fit? It totally fits. You just made yourself votive holders. They both fit a votive tea light, actually. Hail to the yes. We just gotta see the glow. I'm nervous about like putting a flame in this, and I wouldn't recommend it, but just for a second, right? It'll be okay for a second. Okay, and I also grabbed some actual votives that this one I know for a fact I got at the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, it fits in both. Yes! But I do have some tea lights because I want to see the glow, and we'll put it out real quick. Oh my gosh, the glow. Can you see the glow? I don't know, you guys. I fucking love it. I love resin. Everything's getting resin. All in all, this little kit that Davis got me, again, I don't know how much it is. I'm nervous to Google it because I just think that that's rude. Oh, so you spent $29.95 on my Christmas gift. But I kind of feel like we need to know how much it is. Maybe I'll find it and link it in the description below. But yeah, I love it. I'm so thankful that Davis got me this. This is great. And it was a first great intro to resin before I start that bigger project that I have planned. And I really think I want to make a little bowl now that I'm like such a pro at it. It was pretty easy. I don't know why I was so nervous about it. And it's so cool. These are so cool. I just can't get over it. I'm so impressed. This is something you could easily do. If this kit wasn't terribly expensive and you want to try it, I say totally do it. This is surprisingly easy, really. Ooh, laying leaves flat in here and then doing like the bowl, that might be cool. I really want to try it. I think I'm gonna try it. Love it, love it. You should do it. I love it. Thank you so much for learning resin and how to do it with me, my very first try. I think it's foolproof. If you're interested and you want to try it, I say you should do it. I feel at the beginning of this video, I was like, I don't know about this, but now I'm like, hell to the yeah. I'm like a resin professional. Look out. This is Real Life Resin channel. It's coming your way. I'm super good at it. So, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so you are alerted to all of the amazing and expert DIYs that I push out, which is every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.